Hello everyone. I'm Yotaro from Fujitsu Laboratories. I have been developing automated systems of OpenStack infrastructure and OpenStack operation in Fujitsu. And today I'm going to talk about real-time visualization of OpenStack performance by utilizing the Elastic Stack for effective troubleshooting. Okay, now let's begin. So I think probably most of cloud vendors have been watching server metrics such as CPU utilization or memory usage and disk I/O and network and so on. And of course, this is very important information for detection of node failures or resource provisioning in data centers. But I think that's not enough for proper operation because server metrics are not always equal to user experience. So, high CPU utilization doesn't always mean bad user experience, while lower one doesn't always mean good user experience. So I think we should watch not only server metrics, but also OpenStack performance, which includes a lot of OpenStack tasks such as Nova boot requests or performance of Nova boot or performance of volume creation or performance of uploading images or Keystone authentication and so on. So how do we monitor and visualize OpenStack performance in real time? Well, there might be several ways to do this. And we have achieved this by utilizing OpenStack logs. There are a lot of important information in OpenStack logs, so I think we should consider to utilize the OpenStack logs. So let's take WSGI logs of Nova API, for example. There are a lot of important information, important fields, such as timestamp and log severity, who generated this log, or request ID, or HTTP status code, and response time of REST API calls. And of course, these fields are useful by themselves, but with combining some of them or manipulating these values, we can derive more important information from OpenStack logs. So I will show you how to visualize Nova boot performance. Nova boot is a very common task and very heavy task on OpenStack. So I think it's really worthwhile to visualize its performance. How do we do this? It's very simple. First, search logs for beginning and completion of a Nova boot. And then calculate the difference of the two timestamps of these two logs, and which means performance of the Nova boot. And there are a lot of processes during a Nova boot. So if you want to know performance of these processes related to the Nova boot, you can filter logs by request ID to reveal the inside of the Nova boot. And this is real Nova logs we are utilizing. This is an example of a beginning of a Nova boot message. And we detect this action create strings. And this is an example of a completion of Nova boot message. And we detect this kind of statement as a completion of Nova boot. So this is our system to monitor OpenStack performance. And the middle box is OpenStack cluster where 5-bit and metric bit exists. And Rally represents user request. And it issues some OpenStack API calls. And in this case, Rally calls a lot of Nova boot requests continuously to the OpenStack cluster. And then IO limiter regulates node's performance when you need to know the performance of OpenStack with troubled situation. And for example, if you want to know the performance of OpenStack with troubled database, IO limiter regulates database IOPS to do this. Then OpenStack generates logs and send log data to log station Elasticsearch through Apache Kafka cluster. And this log analyzer searches and retrieves logs from Elasticsearch and analyzes and manipulates them and converts the results into JSON format and put them back to the Elasticsearch. And finally, we can monitor the OpenStack performance by Kibana dashboard. So let's check some of the results. This is a screen capture of our Kibana dashboard. And the upper chart represents Nova boot requests per second. And the lower chart represents maximum Nova boot time. So in the lower chart, the shorter bar is the better one. And you can find Nova boot performance is getting worse in these red areas. This is because the I/O limiter regulates the database IOPS of the database and for these periods of time. And combining combining the information with several metrics, we can understand detailed OpenStack status. And the upper chart is the OpenStack Nova boot performance on the previous page. And the lower chart is CPU I/O weight of database cluster. And this indicates how Nova boot is affected by database I/O performance. And this is another screen capture of our Kibana dashboard. And the upper chart is Nova boot performance. And the lower chart in the red box is also Nova boot performance. But which means Nova boot performance of each compute node. And you can find something wrong happened in the only one Nova boot compute node. So this indicates some problems in the upper chart is caused by only one compute node, and others are normal state. And this is another screen capture of our Kibana, and this represents response time of REST API calls, and which is useful to find which calls is heavy or which is not, and which should be debugged or not. So these are key takeaways of this talk. There's a lot of useful information in OpenStack logs, so we should consider to utilize OpenStack logs. And we can achieve easy search, easy analysis, and easy visualization by the Elasticsearch. And we are able to visualize real-time OpenStack performance with a little effort. It's very easy and simple. And combining different data and different metrics data might lead to new insights. And we are planning some future works, such as automated alert to operators when something wrong happened. If you have any questions, please contact us. And that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.